Welcome back. All this month, we'll be taking a look at what the Suncoast may look like in the year 2037.
Part of that will be determined by the Sarasota County 2050 plan, which was adopted in 2002. That plan is meant to manage growth and conserve natural resources. The idea is to prevent uncontrolled urban sprawl while creating communities where people love to live and aren't so cookie cutter. But not everyone is on board.
2007, we came out here when there was really nothing, barely anything out here.
For Tommy Clobber, life happens in Lakewood Ranch. He owns Polo Grill near Main Street, and his home is at the Polo Club just a few miles away.
It's been a sleepy little area, the Polo Club, and it's not going to be so sleepy anymore.
That's because a road expansion and the Lakewood Ranch waterside development are under construction east of I-75 and south of University Parkway, right behind Clobber's property.
Our quiet little dead-end road, which is Lorraine going south from University, is being, double-wided right now. So we have mixed feelings.
Waterside is the second development to break ground under the Sarasota County 2050 plan, following Grand Palm in Venice. More than 5,000 homes are slated to go in, along with almost 400,000 square feet of commercial and office space, plus greenways. Clobber says he has mixed feelings because the Lorraine Road expansion provides an easier southbound route, but more cars behind his home. Overall, Clobber likes the 2050 plan.
I think with the 2050 plan, having walkable communities that are lots of green space and different than what we've seen in the past down here.
The 2050 plan is complex, but the goal is to control and shape growth east of the interstate into villages and hamlets. Incentives are in place for developers to create compact, mixed-use developments that preserve the environment and are fiscally neutral. Growth that pays for itself.
They're a mixture of those kinds of uses where you have that kind of opportunity within a certain area to have the ability to walk to a place where you could work, a place where you could shop, a place where your kids can go to school. So kind of a complete community.
Sarasota County Planning Division Manager Alan Parsons says in 2037, we're expected to have at least 75,000 more residents. And it's projected by then, 40% of the population will be 65 and older.
So that form of development of 2050 where you can get to things potentially easier by walking is something that population mixture, being somewhat older, I think is something that would make movement for people having different options potentially better.
In 2013, changes were made to the plan to make it less restrictive to developers. Commissioners at the time who approved it said some flexibility was necessary for the plan to work. Growth control advocates disagree.
It is a threat, honestly, to our traffic mobility, to our schools not being overcrowded, to our tax rates, and to the environment and a lot of other important public interests.
Dan Lobeck is the president of the group Control Growth Now. He says growth can be a good thing, but doesn't like the direction it's taken in recent years. Lobeck wants to see the changes to the plan repealed, but doesn't expect that to happen.
The county, unfortunately, has bowed to the wishes of the developers that bankroll their campaigns and opened Eastern County to urban growth.
There is a very small population that has it in their head that, it's a wink-wink, it's a nod-nod, and approved. No.
District 2 County Commissioner Paul Caragiulo has his own misgivings about 2050. The plan and its changes were approved before he was on the commission. But he says the requirements are stringent and aren't subject to any commissioner's personal preference or agenda.
And the process is a long one. It's not like Shark Tank where, they get in, they come in for 5 minutes and pitch a story. I mean, it takes years to get any project approved.
Come on, I'll walk you out.
Okay.
Politics aside, Clobber says he wants the plan to reflect what's best for the community.
There's a delicate balance that has to be kept for businesses to be successful and for the residents to have the amenities.
And as for the makeup of our communities, the county says that we're in a different kind of thing than most places, since we look more like an inverted pyramid. We have more older residents than younger, and that population is only expected to increase. Take a look at those lighter blue stripes on this graphic that indicate population growth by 2045. The largest growth is at the top, as you can see, for residents 85 and older. And we'll be bringing you stories like this on how the Suncoast will change by the year 2037. You can find those stories on our website, mysuncoast.com.